Previously, I published a video showing a hardware hack on an industrial communication server. With physical access and the right tools, you can get a root shell and find credentials in plain text. Hi everybody, it's Rick-Cen, and today we're breaking down my hardware hack on a Moxa NPort W2150A communication server. Before we get started, I want to show you what the end user normally sees. They can interact with the device over the network via Telnet and the web server. From there, they can set up the device, but there is little to none possibility to access the underlying operating system. But if you get your hands on the PCB, you can obtain a root shell. The hacker picks up the hardware and unscrews two screws to remove the cover. The PCB is exposed and they find a group of unlabeled pins. They pick up the multimeter and start searching for the ground pin. This is crucial for all following steps. Next, our hacker connects the power supply, carefully measuring the voltage, which helps them to gain valuable insights. They now know which pin is ground and also the voltage levels of the remaining pins. Then they connect the logic analyzer and fire up the analyzer software. With everything set up, they reconnect the power, recording the logical signals. And now comes the exciting part. Our hacker tries to interpret those signals displayed on the screen, almost like a digital Sherlock Holmes. And this pattern hints the device communication protocol, which turns out to be UART. Next, our hacker reaches for a flipper 0. They select GPIO from the menu and use the UART bridge. They connect the jumper cables to the GPIO and to the pins on the target. They then open up a terminal, firing up Picocom, ready to interact with the target. Our hacker reconnects the power once more and, just like that, they get a printout of the bootloader over UART. And finally, our hacker is greeted with a root shell. They first check their privileges with the whoami command. They are root, so they basically already own the device. They display the folders holding the system's binaries to understand the target's capabilities and inner working. Then they search for all configuration files on the target using the find command. During my investigation, I came across a config file which has the lines record the password of the default user in plain text. For system admin and system user, it's both syslog. If the password is copied and pasted to the web server's login prompt for the admin user, the access is granted. For me, this was kind of weird. I bought this device second-hand and I thought maybe the previous owner somehow messed up the configuration. So I bought a second-hand device and it turns out it has the same issue. I then reported this problem to the vendor and they responded that this vulnerability has been resolved in a later firmware a long time ago. Okay, what does this mean to your industrial communication? If you still operate firmware version 1.2, you should upgrade immediately to the latest version available. It's also a good idea to check your network security and only allow trusted connections to this device. To get root level access, I needed physical access to the device, unscrewing the cover and turning it off and on several times. So an attack like this probably won't happen on a busy shop floor, but it's always a good idea to limit physical access. But what if an attacker knows the default credentials and the firmware has not been updated? I will demonstrate this in an upcoming video, and this will be very exciting as the web server itself also has a vulnerability that allows root access to the underlying operating system. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.